ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੰਡੇ ਟੂ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ 8 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ, ਮੰਡੇ ਟੂ ਥਰਸਡੇ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ 10 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 11 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ, ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਨੂੰ 2 ਵਾਰੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦੁਪਹਿਰ 2 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 3 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਅਤੇ ਰਾਤ 8 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ 14 ਮਈ ਨੂੰ BC ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੋਣਾਂ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਉਸ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੈਂਡ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੋਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਾਂਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ ਕਲੋਵਰਡੇਲ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਸਟੈਫਨੀ ਕੈਡੋ ਜੋ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਸਾਬਕਾ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਵੀ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਆਓ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਰਾਈਡਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ ਲੋਕ ਫੇਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਜੇਕਰ MLA ਚੁਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ। ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਟੈਫਨੀ ਕਾਡੋ ਦਾ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thank you. So Stephanie, let's talk a little bit about the riding from which you are contesting, Surrey-Cloverdale. So if you can give us just a few, information about this particular riding, the demographics and what kind of issues and challenges are being brought forward by the people when you are campaigning.
Sure. Well, it's a great riding. It's the community I live in, and it's a very interesting riding. It's mostly families, and a really good mix of cultures and people.
Right.
It's a comfortable riding in terms of socioeconomic status. People are quite well off in the circumstances that they're in, and we have a lot of history in Cloverdale. There's the history of the rodeo and the old town of Cloverdale, but as well it's a growing riding. There's a lot of growth in Clayton Heights particularly, and in Grandview and Rosemary Heights areas. There's been a lot of growth over the last number of years, and it continues, which puts particular pressures on the area, needs for schools and other services.
And now that you are door knocking, meeting the people also, are there any specific issues which people are bringing forward as compared to your previous ridings or when we talk about the province in general?
Well, certainly I think first and foremost on most people's minds in Cloverdale, at least if they have children, is schools.
Right.
And the rapid expansion of the population is putting enormous pressure on schools, and there's a number of schools that are being built, but there's certainly the top four additional schools that are needed in Surrey are also in this riding. So there's a lot of pressure, and families of course are worried about that. But beyond that, what I'm hearing is a lot of people that are concerned about the sort of the economy and the uncertainty or certainty of their job, of how well their business is going to do, because of course Cloverdale is home to a lot of small businesses, as is the case in most of British Columbia. So there's a lot of people that are very conscious of how the economy is doing, what their tax rates are, and what the tax rates are going to be.
Okay, and you shifted from one riding to this particular riding. So is there any difference you find in these ridings, and also any regrets of changing a riding?
Well, the only regrets of changing ridings, of course, is that I got to know such great people in Surrey Panorama. But there's not a lot of difference between the two ridings, except that Surrey Panorama is a little more established, a little less new construction in Surrey Panorama.
Right.
But very close as they border one another. Share a lot of the same services, a lot of the same people back and forth between the ridings for work or for shopping and these sorts of things. So a great deal of the same issues and same concerns of the residents.
Right.
A lot of families that have their family members in one or the other riding. So there's a lot of crossover. I think it's a very smooth transition for me.
Right.
But I'm very happy to be coming home to Cloverdale.
Right. And what's the kind of response you're getting when you're meeting the people? Because when we see overall in British Columbia, the polls which are coming are not so good for your party, but what about this particular riding as such?
Well, I think I'm feeling very confident in the response that I'm getting. I'm getting a very warm reception from the people in Cloverdale, which I very much appreciate. I think that the people in Cloverdale recognize the work that I've done over the 4 years I've been in government.
Right.
Recognize the representation I've provided for the community, for Surrey Panorama, but also for Surrey as a whole,
right.
For the community of Surrey and our needs as a growing city. And I think that they're respectful of that, that they understand that I will provide good representation for Surrey-Cloverdale in the years
and
to
I
come.
would appreciate if you can just take us back into some of the work which was done by you as a minister. What were the major highlights you feel which you brought some changes or new developments into your ministry?
Well, I feel very, very good about the opportunity I've had in government. I entered government because I believed that I had an opportunity to influence change and to be a part of positive change for British Columbians. And having had the opportunity now to serve in 4 different ministries over the last number of years, community, sport and cultural development, labor, citizen services and open government, where we were able to make a change and raise the minimum wage, for example. I feel good about that. I feel good about in social development, being able to bring forward some really good, very positive steps and changes to our income assistance and disability assistance programs. Some forward-thinking but modest changes to policy there to allow individuals to earn income and elevate and be able to be more financially secure.
Right.
So I felt good about those. And then as Minister of Children and Family Development, I think we're making some really good strides in working with the early childhood development sector and the childcare sector, listening to what they believe needs to be done in the sector to enhance childcare options for families and provide really good wraparound services for children in those early years.
Okay. Your leader, Christy Clark, has termed this election as a life-changing event. Why do you consider this to be such an important election?
Well, as I think all elections are important, certainly I encourage everyone to always vote and pay attention. This is unique in that we are at a crossroads as a province. We have an enormous opportunity with our liquefied natural gas sector in the north. We have tremendous resources as a province. Our natural resources are our wealth. And we have an opportunity to develop that sector, share that resource with countries around the world like India, China, who truly need that resource. And it will truly power our economy for the coming years if we take advantage of it. And we have to do that in a responsible way, certainly. But what we have is an opportunity to either move forward and do that and put the profits into a prosperity fund, pay off our debt for our children. We can do that, but we have to act. We have to act on that. We have to be committed to it, and the opposition doesn't feel the same way about that as we do. So I think this is a real opportunity for people in the province to make a decision about whether or not they want to move forward as a province, or whether or not they want to move back.
Okay. And towards the end, why should people vote for Stephanie Cadieux?
Well, I think I entered politics, as I said, because I believe I can make a difference. I believe in innovation, I believe in cooperation, and I believe certainly in common sense. And I believe that's the approach that I've brought.
Right.
I believe we can do things in a cooperative and nice way. We don't have to be constantly throwing jabs at one another. And I believe I've brought that kind of decorum and leadership to my work in the ministries I've held and in my work as an MLA for individual constituents. And I believe that I will continue to do that, and I believe that the people of Cloverdale will benefit from a representative that believes that.
Wonderful. Congratulations and best wishes for May the 14th.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.